Welcome back to Fox 11. Last week's heat wave was just the beginning of what's expected to be a hot summer, and taking care of your health during a heat wave obviously so important. Dr. Ernst von Schwartz is a cardiologist and joins us live this morning with what we all should be doing to protect our heart during the heat. Good morning, Dr. von Schwartz.
Good morning, Joe.
Good to talk to you again. All right, so let's start with you and I were chatting in the break. We always thought winter was kind of the more dangerous time for heart attack and stroke, but turns out summer can be just as bad.
You're absolutely right. Years ago, we published actually a study showing that there's more heart attacks in the cold winter months because of the vasoconstriction. Blood vessels constrict, basically blood pressure goes up, causes more heart attacks. But now, of course, we know that the summer is as bad as the winter. In the heat, our blood vessels dilate massively, blood pressure drops significantly. That drop in blood pressure can cause a perfusion deficit, meaning lack of oxygen in the heart, and that can cause heart attacks as well.
What do you suggest? Obviously, there's some basic things. Avoid middle of the day heat. But as a doctor, what do you tell your patients?
Well, one big thing we see on a daily basis in the hospitals when people come in with very low blood pressures, it's oftentimes caused by dehydration. So they don't drink enough fluids. Being in the heat, being outdoors in particular with those temperatures, you have to make sure you're well hydrated. If you're not hydrated, your blood pressure drops even further, and that can cause more problems. In addition, of course, stay on your medication. In particular, if you have a history of diabetes or high blood pressure, make sure you are on the medication. Don't skip them because it's hot outside. Do some exercise, but not exercise in the brutal heat outside, but in air-conditioned environments.
What about your regular diet? How can things like that impact your heart health? We know it's such a big issue.
Absolutely, absolutely. So smaller snacks more frequently is definitely healthier than if you have those big meals where you fill yourself up and then you have subsequently to that a drop in your blood pressure too. So less salt intake, in particular in the heat, because you sweat, you lose water. If you basically take too much salt, and that's a bad thing. The blood pressure can go very high. You can retain more water, but not within the blood vessels, but in the extravascular space. And that subsequently also can lead to problems with the heart, lack of oxygen, etc.
And a big thing that so many people are dealing with kind of now that we're coming out of the pandemic is stress as well. What can we do to try to relieve a little stress and make it better for our body?
Well, I guess I don't have the best.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part. I don't know anyone who doesn't have any stress, but I mean, again, exercise on a regular basis, I think, is really essential. If you know how to meditate to mitigate some of the stress, absolutely. Stress. You might have heard there was a study actually yesterday published that if a marriage is unhappy, for example, that raises the risk of dying from a heart attack and stroke too. So relieve your stress, try to be in a happy relationship. Easier said than done, of course.
Absolutely. And shout out to my wife at home. Love you, babe. All right, Dr. von Schwartz, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Some good tips for the heart and during this heat wave that we've seen over the last week. And the summer's certainly going to be a hot one. Thanks for joining us.